Hello and Happy New Year. Are you ready to get started in week 1? This is what I'd like to talk about this week. Week 1 is all about gaining a fundamental understanding of Excel. There are several things we're going to discuss. In your text, Chapter 1 will cover an overview of the material of Excel. If you are already familiar with other Microsoft products, there will be some very familiar topics, and then there are topics specific to Excel. Those items will be how to enter, edit, and manage your data, a brief glimpse of data analysis, and finally, topics that are helpful when printing your Excel file. What will we do this week? On Thursday, January 10th, by 11:59 p.m., an initial discussion post. Several of you have already done this. Great job, ladies. On Saturday, by 11:59 p.m. again, post responses to your classmate in the discussion board. You will have to do a practice Excel file and submit that. You'll have to do a comprehensive Excel activity and a terminology quiz. Finally, I'll cover a few of my tips and tricks and a challenge if you wish to accept it. I want to give you an approach to learning new material. Consider for a moment that you need to cook a gourmet meal, something that you've never done before or never made before. Where do you start? I like to start by knowing what I need to accomplish first. Maybe have a picture of what the dish will look like. Then, when reading the steps of the recipe, the steps make more sense. So let's try and apply that same approach to learning new material. What do you need to do by the end of the week? Again, as I said, by Thursday, you're going to post to the discussion board and answer the following question. What are some of the advantages of Excel that you've discovered in this first chapter? So as you're going through the chapter, be thinking of how you might answer this discussion post. Be specific. To score the most points, 20 points for understanding Excel, 10 points for research, 5 points for writing, and 15 points for peer response. This discussion post is very open-ended. You can answer it in many ways. So think about how you may have seen or used Excel in the past, and then connect to some of the things that you learned in the chapter that you may not have already known. Let's take a look at the assignments that are due on Saturday. Again, you'll be responding to your peers in the discussion board. To maximize your points, respond to 3 or more of your classmates. Complete the terminology quiz, which is shown here at the bottom. The terminology quiz is worth 20 points this week. That's because Excel terminology is very important and will be used throughout the course. One note here, there appears to be no rubric for this Quizlet assignment. This is really a pass-fail type of assignment. As long as you get a passing score, 60% or better, and submit your score, you'll earn all of the points. Remember, you may take the Quizlet as many times as you wish. You'll complete the practice assignment, which is worth 25 points. You'll need to download this file, pr1.xlsx, from the text or from the assignment link, and work from that file. The practice assignment is very detailed, and I'll be looking for you to have completed each step as identified in the assignment. And then finally, at the end of the chapter, there's an end of chapter assessment. You'll need to download the file sc1.xlsx from the text or the assignment link. This assignment, again, is very similar to the practice assignment that you just completed, but instead of each step being as detailed as it is in the practice assignment, you'll be asked just to complete the task without a lot of guidance on how. So again, be mindful of the kinds of things that you need to do within the assignments, and you should be great. What you'll need to be able to do for these assignments as you're going through the chapters, keep in mind, you'll need to know how to save files, you'll need to know how to add titles and labels, you'll need to be able to format the content, you'll be able to enter new content, you're going to be copying content, deleting content, calculating items, maneuvering within Excel, and printing or setting up your Excel spreadsheet to be able to print with headers and footers and whatnot. So let's take a jump over to Excel and talk a little bit about the format and the layout of the Excel